Check it out, Starch! I'm a Fall Guy! A super timely costume that's sure to be relevant for years to come.
Oh, sorry, Jim, but that craze is over now.
What?
Yeah, it has, rather ironically, gone from a commanding first-place lead to back of the pack, internet craze-wise.
It's only been a couple weeks!
I know, but around the time the brand started getting really thirsty to jump on the train, seems like a lot of people jumped off of it. Everyone's playing Among Us now.
Well, it's an easy costume change at least. So, speaking of, what's with, that whole situation?
Oh, I've come down with a case of seasonal ghostitis for reasons that are not at all connected to high school football janking up my roommate's shoulders for life. But hey, instant Halloween costume.
Ooh, tough. They got medication for that?
How would I take it?
A fair point, well made.
It's just a 24-hour thing. I'll be solid in due time. I just need to minimize outside contact for safety's sake.
Someone mentioned safety.
Oh, you.
Okay, what's going on? Ghostitis? Avoid gorillas in khakis and pith helmets. Can you just do this one thing for me?
Yeah, I think I can manage that.
Right. Good. Fine. Thank you.
Are you okay?
No! No, sorry. But no! I'm used to people not listening to me, but this! Why are people being so stupid? Literal plague out there! The one thing I'd have expected people to go, oh, maybe I should be safe about this, but reopening everything? Anti-maskers? Smash Mouth in concert? What the hell is wrong with people?
Gee, Safety, I'm sorry. Is there anything we can do?
Could you maybe watch a short safety film for me? I'll even make it Halloween themed.
Well, I don't know.
It's from the 70s.
Ooh.
Does it have long-debunked candy-tampering stranger danger?
Do you even have to ask?
Hot dang! We in.
Thanks, guys. I need that. I'll kill you last.
What?
Nothing.
Crustacean Emancipation Federation presents...
The raggedy, moldering corpse of Centron lumbers on. Very thematic.
Remember to use a grill lighter to inflame bags of dog poop from a safe distance.
And fact-checked by Nancy Reagan.
Oh boy.
There's one magical, haunted evening each year when all the scary creatures come out to prowl through every neighborhood.
It's called Lobsterfest, and it hides a deadly secret.
But here's the scariest monster of all.
Roseanne Barr!
Do you know why? This little witch doesn't know it, but she's taking some frightening chances of being hurt. Maybe badly hurt. Her costume is very, very dangerous.
It's made of
Can
pure
you see the things
antimatter.
that make it dangerous? What about that mask?
Wearing a Mitch McConnell mask is sure to invite a mudhole stomping.
Her eyes. If you were wearing that mask, here's what it would be like.
Without the stench of plastic and death, as you get with Mitch
Unless you happened
McConnell.
to turn your head, you wouldn't see that car coming as you start to cross the street. You could be run over. And unless you look down, you can't see that you're coming to a curb. Ow, that hurt.
Ah, loose peanuts and candy
It's bad enough
cigarettes.
to
Makes
take
me
a tumble on
nostalgic
hard
for Thanksgiving
pavement,
with Mom.
that it would be even worse to sprawl out on the street in front of a car coming. Now let's imagine that we're in that car.
Get into my dreams
Can you
and
see her
into my
clearly?
car.
Why not? What is there about her costume that makes it hard to see her? As the driver of a car or truck, you might not see her until it's too late.
Maybe if someone
that's
invented
really scary.
streetlights?
Before we think about some ways that the little witch could see and be seen better,
Let's figure out
take
how
another
she's
look at
traveling
her
backwards in
costume.
time.
Whoops, down she goes again.
Witches be trippin', yo.
It seems as if she's collecting more bumps and bruises than candy tonight.
'Cause she's drunk.
Let's see if we can help her, shall we? And by helping her,
I mean
maybe
shaming
you
her.
can learn some things that will help you stay safe at Halloween. First, we need to turn back the clock and start this whole evening over again.
Good luck with that.
One of the problems with this costume is that it's too long.
It's too long,
It's too
too
easy to
dark.
trip over
It's
a
the Snyder
long,
cut of
full skirt.
costumes.
Oh boy.
So we can shorten the skirt. You should always shorten any skirt, pants, slacks,
Edna
or cape
Meowed
that is too
supervises.
long or floppy.
Nyan capes.
Now, the broom. That's a clumsy thing to carry, and it's something that you're likely to trip over in the dark.
The suddenly appearing dark.
It's usually easy to shorten brooms
But why would you?
or round off the sharp points of pirate swords. and
Leaving
other
your child
costume
defenseless
parts that
against
can prick you or
Draculas.
scratch you. Cardboard brooms and swords are usually safer than wooden ones. But it's safest not to carry anything like that in the first place.
Fun absolutely not
Now, what
allowed.
else might we change on this costume to make it safer?
Make it out of
What
mylar!
about color? Remember how hard it was to see the little witch because of her dark costume on a dark night? We should always wear light, bright colors on the street at night so drivers can see us. What about this color?
Oh no.
A white costume makes an unusual, different kind of witch.
A
who's more
grandish,
likely to be
wizard-like
safe on Halloween
witch.
night.
Oh,
A good way to make any
Mom, that is
costume
not
easier
helping.
to see at night
oh
is to
yikes.
decorate it with reflective tape or reflective patches.
Ugh.
Some costumes come with reflective material already attached to the cloth.
And the face of at least one of the Osmonds.
Here's what it looks like to a car driver. It's easy to see,
Hey, Gandalf,
even
white
on the darkest
supremacist!
night.
Get out of the road!
And while you're putting reflective tape on the costume, you should also add some of it to the bag or container you'll use to carry home your candy.
Keep
Some
adding it
special
until
Halloween
every
bags
clown
are
is
treated with
completely
reflective
concealed.
material when they're made. And it's a good idea to write your name, address, and phone number on the sack.
To make it
Just in
easier for the
case
neighborhood
there
bullies
is
to
an
egg your house after they've stolen your candy.
Now, how about the mask? Any problem with it?
Yeah, it looks like Lindsey
Do you remember
Graham.
how hard it was to see out through those little eye holes? To be safe at night, you have to be able to see clearly, as well as be seen.
So carry a flare gun
We
and
can
light that
improve the
sucker
mask
up.
by cutting larger holes to look out of.
Well, luckily, pressed oatmeal is really easy to carve.
There, that's better. But there is an even safer way.
You could light the mask on fire, that'd provide light.
You can simply not wear a mask. Oh, you think you need a mask to disguise yourself?
I'm dressed as a Puritan
Well,
crossing
just
guard,
watch
so
what
yes.
You can do.
Feeling a bit nervous
little
about
help
a
from your
cop-advised
parents,
film
and
berating
grab
us for
cloth or
obscuring our
old clothes from
identities.
around home. An eyebrow pencil,
But
different
doctor,
colors of
I'm
eyeshadow?
trick-or-treating.
rouge, lipstick, an
A
old
thousand
mop
chan
or
chuds
wig,
puke up a hair color air quotes gotcha.
some wax teeth,
Oh, that's actually pretty cool, kid.
maybe some clay and food coloring, and a few other odds
What
and
we
ends.
do in the suburbs.
You'd be surprised what you can turn yourself into.
Liberty Mutual will deliver your diabetes medicine.
Twinkie the Kid.
Kid who wanted to be Lee Majors.
Clinically depressed Skimbleshanks.
Whether you buy a costume or design your own, be sure that it's made of flame-retardant material.
Was
That
pyrokinesis a
means
national scourge in the
material that
70s or
won't catch on
something?
fire easily.
Let me out!
So you'll need to put 3% in your 401k for 30 years.
Now our little witch has turned into a beautiful princess, and her new costume is much safer. But there are a few other things you should do before going out.
Like change costumes.
Eat a big dinner. If
So you can
go
leave a real
trick-or-treating
steamer
while
on
you're
the porches of houses
you'll
giving
be
out
tempted to
raisins.
sample some of your treats while you're out, and that's definitely not a good idea. Keep an eye on the clock. In many places, the police set the hours that you should trick or treat.
And they will not
Trick or
hesitate to
treat
deploy
only
chemical
within those
weapons for
times.
any imagined infraction.
Neighbors should be ready
Bastards.
with treats for you, and drivers should be more careful to watch for you during those hours.
Outside of those hours, it's basically Death Race 2000.
Make sure you carry a flashlight when you go.
You never know when George
The light
Clinton will
not
task
only
you
help
with helping
see
him
where you're
find the
going in
funk.
dark, but it will also make it easier for others, including drivers.
Good luck, honey. I got your dinner records on hand just in case. Have fun. Oh, she's toast.
Always travel with a group, not alone. It's safer still to have a parent along to keep an eye on things.
If you can pry him
And of
away from
course,
the dating game
you should
reruns.
always walk. Riding a bicycle at night is always dangerous, but it's even more dangerous
To tongue kiss an
try to
angry
ride in
possum.
costume at night. As you go from house to house,
It was a bold
stay on the
artistic choice
sidewalk
to film this
as
on
much as
Licorice.
possible. If you have to walk in an area where there are no sidewalks,
Shel
walk as
Silverstein's
far
got a whole
off the
book ready
roadway
for you.
as possible, and face the traffic. That way you can see what's coming and get out of the way if you have to.
Move, witch! Get out the
Cross
way!
streets
Get out
only
the
at
way, witch!
brightly
Get out
lighted
the way!
corners. Not in the middle of the block, and never between two parked cars. When you start across the street, cross quickly, but don't run. And
Or
don't
Ricky
stop in the
Raccoon
middle
will
of the street
materialize
for
and
any
smack you
reason.
with his gut.
Stay in your own neighborhood when you're trick-or-treating.
Oh, that
Your
further
neighbors are
explains the
probably
white
hoping
robe.
to see you in costume on Halloween. And it's safest to visit people you know.
Empirical evidence suggests otherwise.
If you don't know the people very well, don't go into their homes.
But if you do,
Most
grab a
people
brewski to
enjoy
bring
having
home for Dad.
trick-or-treaters come to their doors. But there are a few people who will do things to hurt kids.
Oh, hi.
Stranger danger.
That's
They
a
might
pretty
put
good young
sharp or
Gacy
hard
costume on the
objects
left
in
there.
candy and apples. Or they might put something on fruit or gum that could make you sick if you eat it.
Might, sure, but since instances of tampered candy invariably turn out to be the parents and not random
To
treat
be
givers,
completely safe,
they won't.
save your treats until you get home. Then ask your parents to help you check them carefully to make sure that there's nothing in them or on them that could hurt you.
They won't
The
find
safest
anything,
treats are
but the
usually
anxiety
candy or
caused
gum
by
that
that
come in their
ritual
own
keeps them
wrappers
scared
in the
enough not to
factory.
question law enforcement budgets.
Fruit should be washed before you eat it.
That's just for the DDT.
And all candy bars and fruit should be sliced so you can be certain that there is nothing hard or sharp inside that could hurt you.
For example, a trilobite or a Bowie knife.
If you're not sure whether something is safe or not, don't take any chances. Throw it away.
This also applies to circus peanuts.
But let's get back to the fun part of Halloween with the princess and her friends.
Fun part of Halloween includes everything you cannot see here. Cool costumes and full-size candy bars not included.
Let's trick-or-treat here in the Day for Night neighborhood.
Almost everyone enjoys a good joke or riddle.
Well, that explains our view
What
counts.
you guys eat for breakfast?
What?
Say it!
Ghost toasters.
The hell?
What's a wiener when you take out its inside?
What?
A Halloweener.
That joke was terrible. That joke was shit. That was a funny
Where?
joke.
In a blood bank.
Here, have some candy.
Farrah Fawcett approves.
However, some practical jokes and pranks aren't so funny.
For example,
If you should break
98.9% of YouTube
it
prank
wouldn't be very
channels.
funny to the owners or to your parents, who might have to pay for it. So keep your jokes funny and harmless.
Unlike these kids' racist costumes.
Tonight has been a magical night.
The sun's risen
Saw
and
a
set
scary
like 3
monster
times.
changed into a beautiful, happy, and safe little princess. How about you? Will you follow the lead of the little princess and have a safe and super Halloween this year?
Gee, I don't know. I gotta do something with all these throwing stars.
Centron, for when you can't afford Dolaron.
Wow, I had no idea how safe Halloween really was.
Did you watch the same film as me?
I don't know, did you? I mean, that film laid out all the dangers of Halloween. Dark clothes, overlong brooms, fresh produce, and public domain costume options.
Okay, that does scan with my lived experience.
Thus, consequently, anything not listed in film must be safe. At least on Halloween.
I'm pretty sure there's a fallacy somewhere in
Thus, consequently, I've complied this list of Halloween activities that must be safe just this one day a year. Oh yeah. That's the stuff.
I'm sure that won't be distracting at all as we move on to something mostly unrelated, i.e., as lame as some of those costumes were in the short, not a one of them was anywhere near as lame as the signature costume styling of the 1970s, the nadir of disguises, the licensed plastic schmuck and mask combo. Oh, buddy, nothing whimpers weak like a flame-retardant hefty bag draped over your torso with a logo printed on the front, already peeling as soon as it came out of the packaging.
Wally Gillikers, can you imagine if the smock costume, or smockstoom if you will,
I will not.
managed to survive to the present day, intact and undiluted? You know and I know Vanilla Ice would be all up on that action like a pound of bacon.
Well, if we're focusing on an anachronistic embarrassment going on for way longer than it had any right to in a right and just universe, then Supernatural is an obvious choice.
Cheaply made plastic tat due to clutter up our landfills indefinitely? Well, what's more appropriate here than a Funko Pop costume?
And we can't forget about the brands, as much as we want to. But when it comes to awkwardly and tactily splatting a logo onto cheap, terrible merch, they're the kings.
And, of course, this being the world we are in, let us not pretend there won't be plenty of kitschy, ironic smockstooms of smockstooms, available at all fine Spencer's Gifts and Hot Topics. And, of course, they're all flame retardant, so you and yours can have a safe and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween!
Why did I have to gain corporeality for that final sketch?
Hey, people-ronies! Thanks for sticking with us. We know our video missions have been infrequent, but we're still toiling away at them, and it helps to know you're still here for it.
And we especially want to thank everyone who's been supporting us at Patreon, and everyone who's subscribed to us or left a comment on a video. Every little bit of support means quite a bit.
So, you know, if you want to tweet about this video or something like that, it'd be nice. We're already working on several different thingamajobbers we hope to get out soon, including another full holiday riff.
Stranger things have happened. Thanks again, and I hope you'll see us soon.
Check it out, Start! 3 words in.
Kid wanted to be in lame. Wanted to be. Bleh. Oh, I've come down with a case of seasonal. I've come down with a case of seasonal ghostitis.
Use a grill lighter to inflame bags of dog poop away.
Oh, I've come down with a case of seasonal ghostitis for reasons that are not at all connected to high school football janking up my roommate's shoulders for life.
However, some practical jokes and pranks aren't so funny.
For example, 98.19% of the. I've come down with a case of. I've come down with a case of seasonal ghostitis for reasons that are not at all
or smockstoom, if you will, managed to survive to the present day, intact and unsullied. Unsullied? Oh, it's very sullied.
So you'll need to put 3% in your 401k for 30 years. It's more of a leprechaun. I'm not a voice actor.
And of course,
It's just a 24-hour thing. I'll regain corporeality in due time. I just need to make...
Hey, Pipples! Did you like that bit of nonsense? Well then why don't you click like, and subscribe, and press that bell, or whatever YouTube wants you to do?
You can also do us a big solid by joining our Patreon, where you'll get to join us for live streams, get early access to the newest videos, and other such things.